Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol BLDP. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Now, I have to note that from a presentation standpoint, this chart is actually pretty tricky to talk about because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there, in either instance you wanted to sell within 30 minutes, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. The price pulled back from its highs. But from the big picture, the bulls do still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. I am going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a different strategy and outlook going into the trade. And a couple levels of support to keep an eye on. The ideal level that you would want to see hold going forward is going to be this pink line right here, which is the famous 200 period simple moving average. But, don't get me wrong, if the price falls below there, I'm not saying the entire chart's ruined or anything like that. But ideally, yeah, if the price can continue to stay above it, that would be a great sign of strength. But another area of support to keep an eye on is this previous breakout point down here right around 325. And 325 is important because I'm not saying this will happen, but just for, to kind of prove out the example here. Let's say the price does indeed come down here, behaves in this manner, and then starts to work its way back upwards. Emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right there. You'd have that set of lows right there. You'd have this set down there. If you picture each one of these as stair steps, well, you would still have the big picture stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. So that's why I say, assuming you care about more of a broader term perspective, that's why the bulls are still in full control, even though there was a bit of a pullback today. So going forward, that's the key thing right now is building those higher lows. And that's why I'm not even going to talk about levels of resistance right now, because in my opinion, breaking levels of resistance, not a top priority. By far the top priority is healthy consolidations and building higher lows, because as long as higher bases are being built, the rest of the chart will take care of itself. So nice move today. We'll see what the rest of this week has to bring. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.